Hey everybody, Rob here from Making Spirits Bright with a new review for you today. So today I'm going to be reviewing the 13-foot Grinch sled with Max. This was picked up at yardinflatables.com and it retails for $299. So it is very pricey, but it also is very large. This box is absolutely ginormous. I'll use my hand as kind of a way to show you how big it actually is. Again, came from yardinflatables.com. If you have never ordered from them, they are a great retailer. This was made for 2024. It's a Gemmy product. The box came shipped just in a big white box. Well, the actual box itself, which I wish it had come in a brown box, but I totally think I understand why, because this box is quite large and the shipping probably would have been ridiculous to pack it inside another box with other like packing material and stuff. So I'm sure it was done to save money, which I totally understand. So basically a plain white box with the picture of the inflatable. This there, I'll show you in the upper corner, but there is a previous, I believe it was a 12-foot Grinch sled. This one is a lot bigger than that one. I do have the 12-foot one, but this one I think is just enough of an upgrade that I wanted to pick it up, you know, based on all the added decorations, the trees. I like how Max is up here. You got the Grinch over here. He's holding more presents. You've got a little bag hanging off here, a little wreath up here. I just really liked it, so it was one of the ones I wanted to pick up this year. Now you can also get this at Ace Hardware. It is more expensive there. I believe it is either $349 or $329 plus tax. Through Yard Inflatables, there was no tax, so it was just straight $299 out the door. As of this recording, I believe they have 26 of them left. So when they're gone from there, I don't know if he'll be getting any more, but right now that is your cheapest option if you want to pick this up. All right, so I'm going to do an unboxing of this, get it into my yard, give you a Rob rating and my thoughts. Okay, so this makes total sense now on the packaging and shipping. This is the box that this inflatable came in. When you open that box, you have another box inside, which is the exact same thing they did for the Nightmare Before Christmas Mayor's car. So I forgot they did that. This makes total sense, which I like, because as you can see, this box here, you know, it got damaged a little bit. And if you're a collector of these and you like to keep a nice box, this is a great way to do it. So still, plain white box, yardinflatables.com QR code, and then we'll take a look inside. So inside the box, you have the inflatable, the directions, and then you have a bag that has stakes on it. Inside, you just got your typical inflatable stakes. These are for the base fan. I do not use these. I just pitch these, to be honest with you. I use garden landscape stakes that I get from Amazon. And then you do have corkscrews as well for added support. If you like those, I do not use those either. I either use tent stakes, or again, I use those landscape garden stakes. All right, the inflatable is inside here. And it is packed in here, like it is packed in here. And it comes in a white bag, and this white bag is super brittle. I've never seen one this brittle. Like I just touch it and it just shreds apart. I usually throw these away anyways, but I just found that interesting. It looks like, it just looks really old. Like it's almost made out of wax. All right, I'm gonna get this in the yard and inflate it. Okay, everyone. So here it is fully inflated, but there are several things I need to tell you. Number one, you can kind of notice in some areas, like the Grinch's head is leaning forward and Max doesn't stand up very straight. It took a while for this to inflate and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I checked all the zippers. One was unzipped, I zipped that up, it inflated a little bit better, but I was still having issues. Well, upon investigation, on the Grinch's head, let's come around here, it'll be easier to see. Right here, there you go. There's a big gap. There's a ton of air coming out of here. It just was not sewn on very well at all. So it's 100% a quality control issue. Like, I can feel it blowing out a lot. And that is causing the Grinch to be a little limpy, Max to be a little limpy as well. So I have contacted Yard Inflatables, and they are usually really good at helping you out if you do have an issue. So I would do an exchange because I do like the design. The inflatable itself is huge. I mean, it is very, very large. It has a YEF 125. At first I was like, man, this needs a YEF 200. But I'm going to be honest with you. If it had a 200, it would probably pop seams. Because this is very tightly sewn in most parts, except for the Grinch's head. And I can't find it, but at the very, very beginning, there was a little hole in one of the seams on the sled as well. But I can no longer find that. But it is here somewhere. So that's probably leaking a little bit of air as well. So if you get this one, definitely look it over really, really well. Because you're paying $300. And for that amount, everything should work the way it's supposed to. Because this is an inflatable you want to last a while. Especially at that price point. I do not have it staked in the ground right now. That's why it's blowing everywhere. Because I plan on returning it. So we'll take a closer look at the inflatable. As far as tie downs go, there is 1, 2, and then 2 in the back. And then there's also one here on the side for ropes. Another one here in the back. And then one here and one here. And then I don't think there's one with the Grinch. No, Grinch does not have a tie down by his foot or anything. As far as zippers, there are 2 zippers that I can see. One by the fan down here. And then one back here, which, if you ever need to change a bulb, is really nice. Take a look inside. You can see it is quite large. Now, details. Again, you've got these little circles here that I think are supposed to be kind of like lights or a chain or something. I'm not really sure. You've got this bag here and a black string going to it. The Grinch is holding 3 presents. And then you got a whole bag full of presents and trees. And they do a good job of making it look super full, which that is definitely one of the strengths of this. As far as the Grinch goes, here's your typical Grinch design. Nothing too special there. You have the 12-foot one, and you're happy with that one. Keep it. I wouldn't worry about necessarily upgrading to this one. Because, yes, it's just, the Grinch was up on the basically swapping Grinch and Max. And you are getting a few more details. But for $300, I don't know if I would say it's 100% worth it if you have the 12-foot version. If you're ready to move on from the 12-foot version, then yeah, go for it. Because it is a really nice inflatable, and it is quite massive. It's hard in the video to see how big it truly, truly is. We'll take a quick walk around. You see my son holding it in place because, again, I don't have it staked down because this one will be going back. But yeah, check it out for sure for any types of leaks. Look for inflation issues in the Grinch and in Max, because those, once that Grinch's hat and head are fixed should be better. The presents and everything inflate enough that you can't really tell there's an issue. But again, the actual body inflates extremely tight. Very, very tight. All right, so Rob rating. Value is $300. What are you getting? A YF 125, a similar Grinch design with more size and a few more details. It's expensive. Inflatables, like everything else, have gotten really expensive. 7 out of 10. Design, it's a similar design to what we had before with a few tweaks, so nothing huge. So we'll do 8 out of 10 there. And then wow factor, with its size, it does command attention. So you are getting some wow factor there. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for that. So this takes us to a 23 out of 30 on the Rob rating scale. Again, I had hoped for more. I'm not sure what. I think there's more they could have done. Like maybe somehow, instead of these little dots, possibly put some Christmas lights or something. I just think for $300, I remember when inflatables, if you got to a $300 inflatable, which was very rare, you felt like you really, really had something special. And I think for me, because I have the 12-foot version, it feels like more of the same, but on a big grander scale. So I'm not 100% sure that it was worth the $300 for me. If you do not have a Grinch sled and you had to choose between the two, let's say you could get the 12-foot version for $199 and this is $299. Is it worth a $100 difference? That's tricky. I would kind of say it just depends. I mean, if you love inflatables, decoration, designs, yeah, I would pay the extra $100 for a much larger inflatable with extra design, but other people might not. All right, last thing we're gonna do is just get a good look at this at night, and then if you haven't, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Just help me keep the channel going, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.